everybody, and I hope you're having an amazing evening. Welcome to Jeff the Unlicensed Therapist. Thank you for tuning in, Amber Eden. Mark, thank you for tuning in as well. Having I guess a good day. It's a weird day. I didn't think I was going to be in the studio, in my studio here. My mom's sick, so I was going to go visit my mom in Connecticut. But you may or may not know if you watch the show regularly. My fiance is a flight attendant, and so depending on they call it the loads, like how many people are like on the plane, I can fly for free. Well, it was looking good last night that I could fly to Connecticut to see my mom, but then they canceled the flight, so like all of a sudden all these empty seats were full, and then I couldn't go. So I'm going to be going next week. So I will be doing the show from Connecticut next Monday. How about that? This Monday, right from home. Right from home. My mom's doing all right. She just got a new cast on today. She's looking good. She has matchy broken arms. No, she broke her hand. That got better. Then she broke her arm. So there you go. So at least it wasn't at the same exact time, or she'd be eating like a bird or something. All right, everyone. I hope you're having a great evening. Welcome to the show. I'm Jeff, the Unlicensed Therapist, where whatever issues you have, you can hit me up with them. You can put them in the chat, and we'll figure them out together. How about that? How about that? All right, here we go. Clear my throat a little. By the way, the intro music, in case you're wondering, I always like to plug him. Ortiz Ortiz, who's really just a terrific jazz drummer. So you can check him out too. All right, let's get to Am I the Asshole and see what's going on here. Well, let me share it too. I'll play along, play the home version. It's a busy day today, surprise. I got the car washed because I was expecting to leave and then I didn't. So I got the car washed. I'm doing a show, so I'm just all about the Autastic, which is July 25th. At the Stephanie Fury Theater. It's a story of my son who has autism, and it's funny and real, and it's a great show. If you're in the LA area, check it out. It's July 25th at the Stephanie Fury Theater at 6:30. So I was working on that, trying to sell tickets for that, and then I did some jujitsu tonight, and I had a class because believe it or not, we can let people roll and let's give you the whole scoop. I am actually getting a master's degree in therapy. So I'm not just, I am an unlicensed therapist, but I have some education. not enough, but enough. Honestly, I think the more education I get, maybe the worse I am. We'll see. Maybe I quit halfway through and I just do the show full time. All right, let's get started. Enough about my extensive background and the reason I don't have a plaque on the wall. I just thought of this. I should have an unlicensed therapist. Everyone's got a degree from wherever. Mine should just say therapist unlicensed, like a degree. But so you could read it. All right, let me share this. I think we're finally ready to start. We're finally ready to begin. Let's do it. Here we go. BJJ is the best. Amber Eden, man, or ma'am. I didn't make the mistake of it, but I saw on the board, and they always show videos and stuff. So this is one BJJ guy at our group. I've never rolled with him, but he's really good. He's really good. I'm like, all right, I want to roll with that guy because why not? I don't think I'm going to beat him, but I just want to roll with him because it's good to roll with the best at in your school, the people at the best in your school, to give you an idea of how high that level is that they're at and where you are in comparison. And yeah, it was not. He was nice, but he just kicked my ass. So at one point, he had me in a semi-rear naked choke, and he just had his arm around my face, and I was like, so now it's all bruised there. There you go. And I broke a toenail, but that was on me. I it's fun. It is, and I keep doing it as long as I can. I love jujitsu. I have a cold plunge out there still. And, if I start doing more days, I start going up to 4 or 5 days a week. I don't know about that. 4, I think, is a stretch. I may have to kick it back on so I can ease the muscular pain that follows. Okay, here we go. We are starting. No more jiu-jitsu talk. At least, maybe we will, but it'll be based on what's in the Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for not going by a different... All right, let's read this one more time. Am I the asshole for not going by a different name than my birth name because it makes my friends uncomfortable? Well, what do they care what your birth name? I guess who's your dad? Bernie Madoff. Who's your dad? I'm trying to think of serial killers. Ted Bundy. Who's your dad? who's like famous serial killers? Yeah, come on. I'm not. I'm it's good and bad. I don't remember. There's that guy they call me Henry. There was Ed Gein, I think was one. There's David Berkowitz. There was who else? Who else we got? You put it in the comments. There was the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez. You obviously got your Charlie Mason. Charlie Mason. I'm thinking of Jackie Mason, who I don't think is a serial killer. But how funny would it be if he was? Oh my God! Hold on a second. I just realized. I apologize. Now, how bad was the sound? I didn't even want to think about that. At least I had the microphone on, even if it was a mile away. Gary Ridgway, it's another one. Yeah, Pogo. All right, let's have some fun. Let's get this show started. Eileen Wuornos is another one. Yeah, I mean, there's so many out there. And then you got Jack the Ripper, your classic serial killers. All right, let's do it. Let's see here. Rock and roll this, rock and roll that. Then we start just like that. All right. Am I the asshole? And I'll expand on it. Oh, it's not even that long. Am I the asshole for going by a different name than my birth name because it makes my friends uncomfortable? Let's find out. I honestly think this whole situation is stupid, but I want some outside opinions. You're female too. 21 female have always been questioned about my name. All right. Most people assume it's a chosen name. Like, so you picked it, but it's the one on my birth certificate. I honestly like my name and the meaning behind it, but apparently my friends think it's inappropriate to go by. Why would your parents give you, what do they call you, a good time Johnson, or I don't know, Easy Pickens, Berko, Mankiewicz? I'm trying not to. Now I got serial killers on the brain. Anyway, my name is Moonshadow. Yeah, I mean, that's what you obviously had hippies for parents. It was Moonshadow is a kind of a fun song. I can't remember who sings it. Yeah, it's after a song and an astrological effect. See, I didn't even know what the astrological effect was. I've dealt with questions my whole life, and most of the teachers throughout school would refer to me by my middle name because it was easier to remember. I don't know. I think Moonshadow is pretty easy to remember. I would think it'd be easier to remember than Jane or Beth or Rebecca. How are you going to forget Moonshadow? What's your name? Moonshadow. You tell one person that, they're never going to forget your name. Like that's the plus of that. Does it look good on a resume? Maybe not. Depends what you're getting. It depends if you're going to, sell like incense at a store, or, some airy fairy kind of crystal place, then yeah, Moonshadow's good. Otherwise, if you're going to go for a professional job, you want to be an accountant or something, you're probably going to want to use your middle name on a resume. But I don't know. My whole thing is, if you like the name, keep it. I think it's kind of a cool name. I would keep it. And I would just swap it out with my middle name if I needed it for professional reasons. But amongst friends, be Moonshadow. It's a cool name. Anyways, my friends have never seemed to care about my name. Yeah, why would they? It's cool. And I never really thought anyone did, because it's just my name. However, the other day we were supposed to meet at a restaurant, and I walked into this weird vibe. So they just all decided at once they didn't like your name. Like, hey, we've been friends with Moonshadow for 20 years. Have we ever really talked about if we're comfortable with their name? What are their names? Maybe you're not comfortable with their names. Maybe Beth. You don't like the name Beth. I don't know. It's an ex-girlfriend. Basically, all my friends needed an intervention. What the hell? To tell me they wanted me to go by a different name because they felt uncomfortable with using mine. Fuck them. I mean that in a therapeutic way. It's your name. Who cares? It's not their comfort level. It's Moonshadow. They're not calling you Hitler. They're not. What the hell? What the hell do they care? You got to get some better friends. You got to get some friends named Sage, and some friends named Essence, and some friends named Karma. I don't know. Just get some of those friends. They'll invite you in. You got to get into the kind of the spiritual space. All right. So basically, they all staged an intervention to tell me that they wanted me to go by a different name. That's none of their damn business, not their right, because they felt uncomfortable with using mine. When asked why, they said that my name sounded native and that by using it, I was oh my God, that's the dumbest. Oh, please dump your friends. Oh, it's insufferable. The wokest. We can't call you Moonshadow, your given name, because it's offensive to Native Americans. How many of your friends are Native Americans? My guess, 0. How many Native Americans are offended by your birth name? My guess, 0. Your friends are tools. They're chubs. And I'm saying this in a clinical way. You be Moonshadow. You be Moonshadow Sunshine Rainbow Face. That's your new name. I just gave it to you. It's insufferable. What you're going to sell out? Your friends are horrible. Hey, where do you go to school? What horrible woke institution are you at? Get out. Get out or get sucked under and be what? Who are you going to be next? Why don't you go through their names and find, conservatives or people they don't like, who's and then say, I don't want to use this name because there's this, I looked it up and there's a conservative blogger who has the same first name. You change your name. That's fucking stupid. Oh my God, that's insufferable. Your friends have outed themselves as woke tools. Put them back in the shed. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway. And that by using it, I was appropriating Native American culture. I bet they all go to the Native American casinos too. I pointed out that I was Cherokee. So you're even Cherokee. You're even Cherokee. And they said that I didn't act it. That's offensive. You don't act Cherokee. What the hell is acting Cherokee? You should have jumped on. What's acting Cherokee? I'm the only Cherokee person here. However I act is obviously Cherokee. What the hell does that mean? You racist? Throw it right back at him. You got that Trump card the whole time. I'm a Native American. You're all probably lily white woke liberal losers, and you're the only one with any street cred, so to speak, in terms of some ethnicity. I guarantee it. Tabitha and whatever the hell is, whatever else her name is. Oh my God. Cherokee, and said that I didn't act it, so it didn't count. Oh my God. You lose these friends. How old are you again? You're 21. Yeah, lose them. These people will drag you down. Don't let them dim your shine, Moonshadow, or your shadow, I guess. Moonshine. How about if your name was Moonshine? Would that be offensive to Southerners? Because, yeah. So, damn, that's just crazy. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah. All right. They said it didn't count. At that point, I was irritated. I snapped at them saying that I wasn't going to change my name because they were racist. Exactly. Which was probably out of line looking back. No, it was spot on. You're racist. You're telling me, you white Anglos, how a Cherokee person's supposed to act? I'm the only Cherokee person here. You caught them and they didn't know what to do. And what did they were all excited to play their woke card and show how woke they were. And all of a sudden you're Cherokee. Oh, crap. Well, you don't act it. You don't act it. So it still counts. Everybody look how woke we are. Fucking losers. Again, that's my therapeutic opinion. It just bothers me. It's a beautiful name. Keep the name, lose the friends, or lose the losers, I guess. Insufferable. And if they ever give you crap, whisper like, yeah, look, I'm Cherokee. Start wearing like some Cherokee stuff. I don't know what that is exactly, but some Cherokee. Be like, they're racist. They won't allow me to use my Cherokee name. They say I'm not Cherokee enough. See, really stick it to them. Really stick it to them. I would. Anyway. Again, I'm an unlicensed therapist. Oh my God. I dislike them all. Anyway. Okay. Then I said that I wasn't going to change my name because they were racist. Exactly. Which is probably out of line. No, it wasn't. I left after that, and now my phone is being blown up by messages from the group and people outside of it saying that I'm being a bad friend for not respecting a boundary. Who are these? What school is this? What school do you go to? Transfer, or expect this to be the rest of your life. You're going to wind up with all these people. Your network is going to be all these people, these woke posers, these lefty losers, these white saviors. Please. I honestly don't see anything wrong with my name. There's nothing wrong with your name. It's beautiful. But having so many people tell me, where is the source? Where is this all coming from? It's coming from one place, whatever school you're at. Get out of that school and go to one that is actually accepting of everybody and not trying to outwoke each other for likes on, I guess they don't on Facebook at that age, but Instagram or whatever the hell they're on. I honestly don't see anything wrong with my name, but having so many people tell me that I'm wrong is messing with me. I really would appreciate some advice. I'm telling you right now, change your school. You are going to a school filled with woke losers. There you go. That's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. I've been punched by moonshine. I've drank moonshine. I'll tell you that. Yeah. Now Moonshadow. Yeah. I thought Moonshadow's parents were hippies, Mark, but no, they were actually Native Americans. They're legitimate. They are legitimate. Wow. Unbelievable. What a douche. What douches. Douches. Let me do a quick ad for Rumble. I mean, it's insufferable. It's insufferable. These woke posers. There's no substance to any of them. They're all just doing it for effect. Just playing a game because everyone else is playing. There's no substance to them. They're tissue paper. Anyway, it makes me mad. I love you, Moon Shadow. Don't change a damn thing. Add more stuff to your name. Embrace your Native American culture more. All right, let's do it. Rumble Wallet right now, because I love Rumble. They are the best. They really are. I say that and I mean that. We hear a lot about crypto, but here's the part most people miss. Crypto was created so you can actually own and control your own money. After 2008's financial crisis, Bitcoin was designed as an alternative to banks. So instead of a bank holding your money, delaying transfers, or limiting access, you're in control. Have you ever had to wait for a transfer to clear? You felt that problem. Now, fast forward to today. Everybody's heard of crypto, but getting started still feels complicated. And that is why I use Rumble Wallet. It takes all that complexity and it makes it simple. Choose what you want: Bitcoin, dollar-backed stablecoin, or even digital gold backed by real gold. No complicated setup. It connects with MoonPay, so you can use your credit card, debit card, or bank and be up and running in minutes. Once you're set up, you can even support your favorite Rumble creators like me directly. So do this now. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description and download Rumble Wallet. From there, you can set up your wallet and tap buy, and you're in the game. In just a few minutes, you can go from hearing about crypto to actually owning some. Do it now. Rumble Wallet. You'll love it. Make it happen. Make it so, number one. And thank you, Rumble. There you go. Do love me some Rumble, man. I really do. All right. Oh, God, it just drives me crazy. Here's the thing. As a therapist, there's this thing called countertransference. We'll talk about countertransference today. Countertransference is when you as a therapist are triggered by something that the client says or does or is. Whatever it is. Maybe they abuse their wife. Maybe they're going around giving people AIDS. Maybe whatever it is. And you're like, and it triggers you. That's your stuff, and it's counter-transferred onto them. So you have to watch it. So this would be a big case for me, counter-transference on these just poser woke douchebags. I just don't like them. I don't like them because they're not real people. You know what I mean? They're a facade of people. They're a patchwork of social media and this and that about what they're supposed to be. They're a collage and not an actual human being. There's no depth. There's no substance. They deal in sound bites and stupidity, and I don't care for them. And you can't engage them in any kind of debate, because as soon as you have a counter opinion, you're the devil, you're Lucifer, you're wrong. There's no discussion with that ilk. Anywho, that's what countertransference is. Let's keep going. Rock and roll. By the way, I'm so stoked. My son is doing a show on I'm really excited, actually. My son's doing a show on for his camp. It's on Wednesday, so I'm gonna get to see that. He's gonna be a munchkin and he's gonna be a guard, and I'm gonna love it. And then I was a little bummed out because I split custody, and so I wasn't going to have him for 4th of July. And I'm going to the Hollywood Bowl. I got good seats. I was all excited about it, but I didn't. It's not my week. But a buddy of mine is having like an early thing. Like there's some parade. It's early. It's at his church, and there's like a pancake breakfast. Then we get to march in the parade, and then there's like games after. And I'm like, this is freaking amazing. It's actually probably for my son, at least equal to maybe it's probably not good as fireworks, but he'll have a good time. So I'm pretty stoked about that. So that put me in a good mood today. All right, back to it. Let's do it. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna have some. I think I might have some whiskey tonight. It's a Monday. I surely shouldn't. I usually don't drink during the week. I usually don't. I don't know. I'm kind of in the mood for a bourbon. Anywho. Let's get back to it. Would I be the asshole if I refuse to clean something outside when it's 108 degrees and I am disabled? No. Even if you forget the disabled, you can even take the disabled off of the statement there. Would I be an asshole if I refuse to clean something outside when it's 108 degrees? Now, if it's your own feces, that's different. I'm just kidding. I think you never know. It's Reddit. Sometimes I hit it on the head without trying. And you're disabled, throw that in the mix. No, it's 108. Stay inside and clean it at night, or when it cools off a little bit, or wait for the rain to wash it away. There you go. There's an idea. Let's see what what is this? Is this even real? It's like the shortest one ever. My husband is on vacation this week and insists we clean out the garage and the basement. So this is what this is like your husband's idea of a vacation? Going on vacation. And while I finally have some time off for work, I want to do even more work on the basement, specifically cleaning out all your hoarding of various knickknacks. Does that sound about right? And he wants you to do it in 108 degrees. And it's probably hotter than that in the garage. It's just like an oven. I'm sure he's trying to offer you to take out like a new life insurance policy or something. My husband's on vacation this week and insists we clean out the garage and basement. All right. Where we live, the humidity is high. This sounds awful, and the temps will be dangerously hot. Yeah. And I've had several health issues. I just, I'm just serious. I would just check into your life insurance and see, what's up. And if the Gatorade he hands you to cool off tastes like antifreeze, believe it. I've had several health issues, both my heart and passing out, to the point I've given myself concussions and one isn't able to drive for quite some time. Now you can drive now, but I get afraid of getting myself in the heat and ending up in worse shape. I've already broken my jaw. How'd you do that? Make dinner late. So inappropriate. But I don't know. This guy sounds like he doesn't sound like he has like a lot of sympathy for you. And you're getting injured a lot. You got a lot of issues. You sound very old. I wish you'd put your age in here. You sound like you're 80 or 70 or, low calcium 60. I've already broken bones in my jaw, both cheekbones. I've told him it's too hot and I'm not doing it. He sounds kind of pig-headed. That will have to wait until it's cooler. He's mad that I'm wanting to wait, but I already am seeing more specialists than somebody twice my age. Am I being unreasonable? No, you're protecting yourself. If he really wants, you know what you should do? Hire like a neighborhood kid who's going to do a better job than you anyways. They're young. Pay him, $20 an hour. I don't know what you pay neighborhood kids, $30 an hour. Tell them there's and tell them to help your husband do whatever needs to be done. Your husband will be happier because he's going to, the kid's going to be able to, hold the other side of whatever heavy thing he wants to move out, or, hire a company to come in and do it. But yeah, I feel like your husband won't do that. So yeah, I would have somebody come in, a neighborhood kid, and as your stand-in, as your second in this duel that you're in with your husband. Yeah. You're not an asshole. Your husband is being completely, like, not just an asshole, but dangerously unsafe to your health. No, I would upgrade your husband from asshole to semi homicidal. It's just wrong. Hey, like, good to see you. Isn't it? I mean, that's wrong. The hell, bro. Come on. It's just rude. Let me see, just for fun, what some of the other comments are here. You're not the asshole. Exactly. This person, so then she answers, well, my husband's argument is he works all the time. What does he expect you to do? I work all the time. So so forget your broken arm, forget your broken jaw, forget your brittle bone condition, forget your lack of equilibrium. Because I work all the time, we throw all that out the window and you just work with me because somehow you're the same as me. You're not the same as him. You're not an asshole, first off. And he has no other time to haul things off. True. But I think he needs to hire, someone or something. You were right there. So yeah, we agree with each other. Good job. What a douche. I mean, it's so incensed. It's like, it's like he's treating you like you're completely expendable, which I don't like at all. Like, if you do get injured, oh, well, no big deal. I got to go back to work anyways. At least maybe she could help me with half of it before she breaks her spine. There's just complete lack of empathy and compassion for you, to me, is a huge red flag. A huge red flag. But that's my take on it. Am I the asshole for expecting a 19-year-old and 21-year-old to contribute financially? No, not necessarily. But here's the thing. Have they ever done it in the past? Is this a first-time thing? If it's a first-time thing, there's a learning curve. They have to kind of get used to it. You have not trained them in the past that as a family member, you kick up money, to the family to help support things, to help pay for this, to help pay for that. And now they're not used to it. Now that's a possibility. I may be wrong on that, but it doesn't mean that they shouldn't contribute, but it means there might be a little bit of a learning curve where you might have to, talk to them a little bit about just being an adult and responsibility and filial loyalty. Is that right? I think so. So 5 years ago, my 53-year-old stepdaughter, okay, 5 years ago, so you're 50, male 53, stepdaughter, now 19, started date. So she was 19 and she was dating a 16-year-old. Who is she? A modern day high school teacher? What is with them all? They're all sleeping with all these kids. And a lot of them are really good looking. The teachers. Jeez. Well, I couldn't. Miss Ramstead get the itch for, third grade Jeff. Oh, Miss Ramstead. Oh, that was my crush. Oh, she was the best. Oh, anyway. I don't think she's probably not still alive, but if you are Miss Ramstead, thank you. Thank you for the fantasies. Okay. My stepdaughter, now 19, started dating a boy who was 16. My wife, 43, allowed him on occasion to spend the night. Well, that's not appropriate. When he wasn't allowed, he'd sneak in, hide in the closet, hide under the bed. Yeah, because there's no consequences. You guys don't have any consequences. So here's the thing. You've already given me examples of zero consequences for bad actions. And let's face it, promoting underage sex. So it doesn't sound like a high consequence house. So I don't think there's a lot of, chats around the fireside, around the dinner table, assuming you guys ever even ate dinner together, about contributing or what it means to be a contributing member to society and or your family. So again, you're starting basically from zero. So allow for that and realize it might take a little more time than if you had brought them up. I don't want to say right, but right. I could be wrong. I may read the next paragraph and be like, okay, I'm completely wrong. And it's happened before, it'll happen again. Anyway, after she graduated high school, she moved to another state, leaving him behind. Right. She told my wife she realized she could never get away from him if she stayed home and he would hold her back. All right. Well, I mean, they're young. That's not a very uncommon thing. They go to college and, the high school romance ends. My greatest fear was that he would get her pregnant. That's a legitimate fear. He wouldn't be able to take care of her. That's a legitimate fear. He didn't graduate high school and raising the baby would fall on me and my wife. All those things I would say are legitimate fears. She came back home to get the rest of her stuff and agreed to meet the guy to give each other their stuff back. You should have chaperoned that shit. She told my wife she kept it strictly professional. What kind of professional? The oldest profession? I'm kidding. She returned to her new home pregnant. I'm sorry. And about a month or two, return home. So she returned to her new home. And after a month or two, in March, she told she was pregnant. Strictly professional. You laissez-faire parents. I know she's older, but you should have gone with her. You know your daughter. She got no self-control. You didn't help the situation by letting her have sex with the kid under your own roof. And, one for the road, she, it's not that she didn't like him. She liked him, but she felt he would hold her back. And now he probably will. Anyways, in March, she told us she was pregnant, due in August. We told her they couldn't live with us and he needed to get a job. I would use that as a scare tactic, but in the end, they probably let her live with me. But this guy, I mean, he does need to get a job. He said he couldn't get a job in the city without a place to stay. So I gave him 30 days to save up and move out. The deal was 30 days and I wasn't going to do the dishes or take out the trash. All right. That was 4 months ago. That's how it always works. My stepdaughter said they can't save money because she's paying for a baby shower. All right. You know who you should be calling. You should be on the horn with Dave Ramsey. You're like telling you, fuck that shit. Don't do any of that. Paying for her baby shower is the least of her concerns. It really is. A baby shower is a luxury. It's not a necessity. And the baby shower, generally speaking, you can invite them over to your house. She gets gifts. She shouldn't be paying anything for a baby shower. She should be getting and receiving on a baby shower. I don't think she understands the concept of a baby shower. There's another lesson you should probably teach her. So the dishes and trash sits for days. They both have jobs, combined make $1,000 a week. My wife told me they wouldn't be allowed to live here with the baby. Has now switched to I'm not kicking out my daughter. Well, they're living with you for the rest of their lives until they get divorced, and they will have another kid. I guarantee it. So this is your life. Get used to it. I don't know what to tell you here. This is something you've created on your own. With a lack of, you can't change the past, but with a lack of discipline when she was growing up, I think, your laissez-faire attitude to these two having sex in the first place did not help. I'm trying to think of what you can do here. You just have to encourage them very aggressively to start paying their fair share. I mean, you're not going to shake them. These barnacles are sticking to your hull for some time into the near future, but they can at least pay their fair share towards bills, towards dinner, towards this or that. And if they don't, then the quality of food goes down, or maybe we don't run the AC so much. And if you want it, oh well, we're gonna need you're gonna have to get them to do it. You're gonna have to again, you have to take them from zero where they started to semi-responsible adults, and that's going to take a little bit of time. That's going to take finagling on your part. That's going to take a little bit of a carrot on a stick, which would be you get more while staying here if you pay more. I don't know. These are just ideas I have for you. All right, so I'm struggling to pay the bills. I work a full-time job. I have a small side hustle that pays $300 a month, and I do Instacart on my days off. You're working your ass off. This week, I used 2 paid time off days to do Instacart for rent. I sold my plasma. Dear God, I still had to ask my parents for help. Hold on. Okay. Oh, okay. I suggested that he applies to get on the lease and that each of us contribute one. That seems reasonable. Contribute $150 a week to fund for paying the rent and bills. That is a great idea. My wife immediately rejected that and threatened to take them and move out. She doesn't make enough to cover expenses without. I mean, your wife is enabling this and you're screwed. I'm sorry. Unless you guys have a united front on this. And your wife, I think, also was the one who was letting them sleep together at the young age. Your wife created this mess, and now you have to deal with it, unfortunately. You didn't help either. You should have put your foot down earlier. But unless you're a united front, they're just going to keep working your wife against you. And, she'll leave you. Fucking. So, you know what? Sadly, before you even work on the daughter and her boyfriend, you got to work on your wife. You got to get her head in the game, because otherwise nothing's going to change, man. Hey, good morning, Brian. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. All right. let me. Oh, a sec here. What are we doing? Yeah, we're doing good. All right. Let me do it. It's like hot in here. I don't know if I didn't turn the air conditioning up enough. I don't think I did. Obviously, I answered my own question. I didn't. Okay, am I the asshole for stopping my friend's kid from eating all the crackers? No. Like, this is the thing. Because, you talk about laissez-faire parenting. Because other parents don't want to, you can't hit the kid, and I wouldn't hit the kid for such a minimal crime. But because of the laissez-faire attitude of so many parents, you wind up having to sometimes, in a way, discipline their child, or at least act as some kind of a governing agent over the child who's just essentially feral, because of a complete lack of any parenting skills or effort at parenting of their parents, if you can call them that, of their sperm donors. I mean, if you're going to be a parent, be a parent. Otherwise, you just created a baby and unleashed it on the world. My 32-year-old female friends and I, okay, so you're 32 male, female, met up at the beach with our kids. All right, so you're 32. You have a 3-year-old. My friend Sarah, 31, has 2 daughters, 2 and 4. And our friend Laura has a daughter, 3. Well, that sounds on paper like a great thing. Everyone's kind of the same age. They can all play together. It's on paper. It sounds good. We agreed to meet up at 10:30 a.m. and stay until the kids were ready for naps, so probably 1 or 2-ish. All right, sounds like a nice outing. Obviously, this runs through lunchtime, so I packed a cooler with cheese, crackers, peaches, summer sauce. You're giving us the whole thing. Summer, yeah, I like summer sausages, pickles, and avocado. That's nice. The picnic lunch my toddler expects anytime we go anywhere like this. So they're excited because they know they're going to get this food. Yeah, I get it. I didn't tell my friends I was packing lunch. I didn't offer to pack for their kids, but I did pack extra in case anyone else wanted it. That seems reasonable. I mean, you would assume everyone would kind of bring their own, unless they've never been to a beach before or don't have any sessions are at the beach. Everyone's having a great time at the beach. Eventually, my son and Sarah, 4 years old, come to announce they're hungry. Yeah, no problem. I break out the food and tell my friends their kids are welcome to have some. Seems good. Sarah, 4-year-old, reaches out for pickle, immediately spits it out because it's not a dill pickle. They were bread and butter pickles. She freaks out and chugs water like she's dying. Which is this yours? No big deal. She's a kid. Yeah. Then she reaches for some cheese. Munster and does it again. Ugh. I would like at this point, unless the mom's not paying attention, you get like, hey, stop spitting out food. Don't eat anything you don't like. Take a teeny piece and try it. Don't spit. That's, you're wasting food. That's how you do it. I don't know. Maybe her mom's looking over here at the lifeguard or something. I don't know. Maybe she didn't see it. Anyway, she freaks out, chugs water like she's dying. No big deal. She's a kid. Then she reaches for some cheese. Munster. I don't know. Munster's a little aggressive for a kid. I got to be honest. And does it again. I offer her a peach, but she doesn't like peaches. Oh, she's a pain in the ass. She also doesn't like summer sausages or avocados. Well, sounds like she's shit out of luck. I offer her crackers. She accepts. And then, is she a fat kid? I'm just curious. I know that's not PC, but I'd love to know if she's a fatty. She accepts and then eats the entire sleeve. I only bought 2 sleeves. All right, yeah. As soon as she eats that, she chows down that first fucking sleeve. And again, as the mom, I'd be like, hey, save some, just basic parenting. Obviously, none's occurring on her end. Basic parenting. When she reaches for the second sleeve, I told her, I would say, no, that's for everybody else. You had your allotment. You ate an entire sleeve. This paltry sleeve you left is for everybody else. And what's the mom doing? Yeah. So, when she reaches for the second sleeve, I told her we have we could have 4 more, but we need to save the rest for everyone else. That's actually nice of you to offer the 4. Laura was still in the water with her daughter, and Sarah's 2-year-old hadn't had any food at all. I can't keep track of all the players. My son wanted more crackers too. I didn't even eat any crackers. Well, there's none left. The kid inhaled them like a vacuum cleaner, even though the food was meant to be mine and my son's lunch. Sarah got upset and said I shouldn't be denying her daughter crackers. You could say I didn't. Your kid ate a whole sleeve of them. Why don't you parent her a little bit? She's spitting all my food out. Do some parenting. You gotta get this woman to come to Jesus moment, or she's gonna wind up with a crappy boyfriend, pregnant, stuck at her house. I didn't bring anything else, and she would eat. She acted like it was my fault. There's nothing for her daughter to eat since the crackers were the only normal food I brought. Oh, she said normal? Oh, please. I don't like this woman as a friend. You'd be like, look, I'm sorry. This is a good thing. You've learned, unfortunately, that this woman, and her daughter are probably not the best play dates for your kids. They're probably going to be a bad influence, the mom and her daughter, on your kids. You're raising good, upright, upstanding human beings. She's just she's just got a feral child running around, and that's no good for anybody. Choose your friends wisely and choose your daughter's friends equally wisely. Well, at least when she's young. I mean, unless they're like buddies, like the girls are buddies, but this Sarah sounds like a real piece of work. Sarah got upset and said I shouldn't be denying her daughter crackers when I didn't bring anything else that she would eat. Like it's your job to feed her kid. She acted like it was my fault that there was nothing else for her daughter since the crackers were the only, again, normal food. She said there was plenty of other food that I should just give her daughter the rest of the crackers. At this point, my son had eaten 4 crackers, and I knew he would want more, but I made him finish his own food first. That's good. Yeah, your poor kids having to put up with this insufferable woman. I said she could eat the rest of them after the other kids had a chance to eat. Again, you are being a parent not just to the cracker hound, but to her mom. You're having to be a parent to both of them. You're like, listen, you can have the crackers, and listen, she can have the crackers when the other kids eat. You child, you. I would call you a man boy, but you're a woman. What would you call that? You woman girl, I guess. It does sound cool. I said she could have them off. The other kids ate. Sarah got huffy. I told you, she's a child, a petulant child posing as a 30-year-old woman, and said they would just have to leave then. Good. Problem solved. See you never. Great. I love when a plan comes together. Have a nice day. She started gathering their things and throwing them into a bag while her 4-year-old was crying. Well, of course, she's a terrible mom, saying she didn't want to go yet. Yeah.
So, at this point, Laura comes over with Sarah's 2-year-old, and it says they're leaving because there's nothing for her 4-year-old to eat. Laura offers a pack of goldfish, and they ended up staying. Oh, hooray. But Sarah barely spoke. I wish she'd left for the rest of the day, and awkward and uncomfortable through that. Am I the asshole? No, you're not. Edit. Laura also brought food. So yeah, it's just Sarah, the shitty mom, the child who you have to parent, who unfortunately has a daughter of her own, who didn't pack anything. I didn't tell them we were packing lunch because I assumed they would went without. Yeah, I mean, none of this is your fault. She brought a large thing of goldfish and shared that. Sorry if it didn't make that clear. That's fine. No, you're good. Yeah, she brought some snacks. You bought the best snacks. You had the top notch lunch. Sarah sucks. That's my professional opinion. Yeah, I see this comment here. She's an entitled and poorly prepared parent. Yeah, she's a child. She's as much of a child as her child who doesn't bring their kids any snacks. Yo, what kind of parent doesn't bring their kids snacks? I mean, once in a while you forget, but if it's an outing and you're planning it, and at no point did she say, "Oh my God, I packed all this stuff and forgot to bring it," which is something you would say because you're like, you don't have any food and you're going to need your friends to kind of pitch you, and then you're grateful and thankful for that if you're a decent soul. Oh my God, insufferable. This woman. You're not the asshole. Good for you. Good for you. Ay. What a douche. What a douche. Right? Am I wrong there? Hey, Polish. Good to see you. Polish, I'm writing down, like I was going to help you be a moderator again, Polish, but then I couldn't remember your call letters. You got a lot of call letters at the end. Polish dog. I knew that part. Look at that. Let me see what you got here. Then 989. That's the part I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember that part. There you go. I know, damn kids. Show the kid. The kid picks a Lizzo. And yeah, exactly. That's what you should do, Mr. Maggie. You should be like, hey, I really want to. I feel like that girl's fat. I feel like the girl who just chugged the sleeve of saltine crackers is a fatty. And just my opinion. I think this other woman is too polite to say it. Yeah, pick better friends is 100% right. I didn't fire you. I put you on a hiatus, Polish. Polish, you disappeared. You were gone. I was like, yeah, Polish, I'm never going to see him again. But now, and so I kicked Coco off too. I'm like, yeah, everybody's gone. Because those of you don't know, the show used to be, it's a different show, but I would be early. I would like at 6 a.m. I think then what did I switch? You guys even remember? I don't. Like 12 or something. I was doing weekends at 12. Yeah, something like that. But then I got late. And also Polish is what can I say? I'm trying to make fun of Polish and I can't think of like how Polish could have been a bad employee. What's a bad one? Polish would show up drunk to his shifts and often use racial slurs. It's all made up. Just trying to, be like an HR person. There you go. No, Polish. You're back, Polish. You're a moderator again. Well, not yet, but as soon as I probably by tomorrow morning, I'll have you up again. All right. Am I the asshole? Hire the hair the closer to the stage. Hire the hair the closer. I don't know. I mean, are you complaining someone has big hair and you can't see? I don't like that. It's rude. You have to kind of like, if you have like a big sign and you're holding, like, you got to think of the people in back of you. Or, if you just have a huge top hat or an umbrella, which I wouldn't let you bring in anyway. But it's the same thing. It's just this kind of just self-centered, fuck everybody else. I can see and I want to look good in my cat in the hat chapeau. How about sombrero? How about that? I'm going to a play and different theatrical performances. I love people embracing their texture, volume, curls, oomph as I do. Ugh. I don't know. I'm already a lot of red flags on you. Embracing their texture, volume, curls, and oomph. So you got big hair. Listen, hey, no one likes 80s hair more than me. But I feel like they had higher seats back in the 80s to compensate for the 80s hair. I love the 80s, man. That was probably the best decade ever. But if you have a huge poofy head of hair, well, you're saying an afro? Is that what you're driving at here? Nothing you can do about an afro. If a person's got an afro, it's an afro. That's how they're made. They're just big. I think that must have been the worst time to be a theater goer. It was in the 70s when there was a lot of afros. Or the 80s when there was a lot of big hair. Now it's all pretty right and tight. But if you have a huge poofy head of hair, why are you sitting in front of anyone? Well, they can't. They paid for the seat. This was bigger than a sun hat. Wow, but it was hair. I can have big hair, but I choose. Yeah, I mean, you're being nice. You're not being rude to the people in back. But again, a lot of these people are narcissists, and they only see themselves. They don't see how others are going to suffer due to their choices. As they inflict their big hair on the theater going crowd. I try to choose seats with no one in front of me or theaters with stadium seating just in case it happens. Most recently, it was a high school student at the local drama. All right, here you go. First of all, the seating at a high school drama program is going to be crap. It's definitely not a riser. They're probably just folding chairs, maybe some benches in there. It's all level, so you're going to have a shitty seat no matter what. At least, you got to kind of do this crap. Hope nobody talls in front of you. Long legs, short torso. You don't want the long torso. That's what kills you. Most recent was at high school. Most recent was a high school student in the local drama program. So I didn't want to hurt his feelings. He just sat down and parked in front of me. Well, yeah, he's sitting. And I was not sure what to do. I feel like I'm bashing natural hair. That's why I'm posting. For that, it's just unfortunate. Just some kid, some high school kid with a lot of hair. He's a high school kid. I don't hold them to as high a standard as I would an adult, obviously. They're just a kid. They're just showing up. They're awkward. They got enough issues. It was nice of you to not say anything. That's his thing, obviously, is his hair. At some point, he probably will grow into a more of a robust personality than just hair. But, he's starting out. Yeah. So you're not the asshole here because you didn't say anything. If you said something to him, snarky, then you would have been the asshole. So good for you for holding your tongue and letting a child, be a child. Yeah. What even? Oh, yeah, it's true. Evereden's right. Even vaginas had afros. 70s, right? Big. What do they call it? Big 70s bush. I love the 80s Polish. I love the 80s. That was a what was that? I love the 80s was It was a show. I do. I fucking love the 80s. It was great. I can't. They're just the best. The 70s were cool, but I was too young to really enjoy them. But I love the 70s. I grew up in the 70s. 80s were just great. I just loved it all. The hair, the colors, the fun, the music, just the attitudes of people. It was just fun. And then you get into the 90s, the doom and gloom 90s, and then you get into the 2000s and it's all just a shit show. Just a shit show. All right. Let's keep rock and roll. Am I the asshole for not telling my mom what I discussed in therapy? No, you're not. I shouldn't say you're not supposed to. Therapy is a private thing. It's therapy. If you want to share what happens in therapy with someone, then that's fine. There's no rule against that. But there's this thing called confidentiality. A therapist is not allowed to share what you say in confidence with them for a reason, because it's therapy and you have to feel safe and protected and able to express yourself without worrying that everyone's going to know what you think or do or, all that stuff. Now, there's exceptions to that. In terms of criminality, or you're going to plan on killing someone, it's something called a mandated report, or you're going to harm yourself or others, then the therapist has to break confidence. But other than that, the confidence is the key to the therapy. So your mom, I think you need to explain therapy to your mother and how it works and why it works. It is confidentiality that makes therapy work. And your mom is probably the reason you're in therapy in the first place. Am I right? I feel like I'm losing my mind here. My mom pays for me to be in therapy, even though I'm 20. Yeah. So she has no right. Like 18, you can, or 17, you can ask for reports from the therapist. But again, most of it, as much as possible, they're going to keep confidential. They'll give you like the basics, but they're not going to go into a lot of detail if they're decent therapists. All right, you got diagnosed with PTSD, which I'm sure your mom coming at you is not helping. My mom knows some of that, yeah, because it's on the insurance billing. They have to put something down, so they'll put PTSD. My mom knows some of what traumatized me, but not all of it. So she's curious. I think she's maybe coming from a good place, but this is your stuff, man. You just got to tell her that. I'd say that the three main things she knows, one, and lets me talk about it, doesn't know the other and knows the third, but doesn't allow me to talk about it because it involves her husband and she's ashamed. Yeah, I think I know where this is going. Yeah, she feels guilt. And so she wants to know, she has this need to know what you're thinking and doing so she can defend herself probably to you, or try to defend herself to you because of she's racked with guilt over what happened. That's my guess. When I started therapy, I mostly talked about the one my mom wanted me to talk about. But since then, I found that the other two bother me more. Well, yeah, because you didn't talk about them. You haven't been through the therapeutic process with them. So now I talk more about those two. That's completely logical. The issue is that the deal my mom made with me is that she would pay for it and let me choose my therapist. I really like the one I have. She's funny and really understanding. That's great. Except I need to tell her what I discussed. That's not cool. I mean, that's not cool. So what I would do, because you don't want to leave the therapy, I would ask your therapist, tell her the situation. I'm sure you probably already have, and say, listen, this is my situation. A lot of these therapists, especially if they like you and they see progress being made and they understand what's going on in your life, they have a sliding scale that they can use. So you offer to pay for the therapy yourself. And then you don't have to tell your mom a fucking thing and you can still get the therapy. And you can be like, please, if you could work with me on this, if there's some way you could, use some kind of a sliding scale. This is most therapists do have clients like that. Some, just human decency, demands it. That's what I would do. And then once your mom has no longer got the purse strings to your therapy, I think you'll be fine. And then you don't have to tell your mom anything, unless you want to. All right. So this is a chore. So you've been making up what you discuss because you don't want to tell your mom the truth. Yeah, this is not healthy. I recently had to do a telehealth appointment. Oh no, you should never have agreed to that. Don't ever do for you a telehealth appointment because your mom is at the door listening. And you can't in any way, I imagine, feel comfortable even having the appointment. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of your time. I would not do it. Just skip that session and wait till you can go. But let's see what you wrote. My mom, See, my mom could hear a bit of what I was discussing and got angry because she said I was talking about family business. That's the whole point of therapy. I ought to keep quiet. Oh my God. So your mom, I think it's two parts. It's that your mom is ashamed that she allowed it to happen, but it's also this just self-righteous indignation that the family's name is being dragged through the mud in a therapy session when it in all rights it should be. I said it's my therapist and I can tell her therapist can't tell anybody. Okay, it's my therapist and my therapist can't tell anybody. Exactly, it's mandated. You got to explain all this to her. Because I'm an adult, so it's like my therapist, she's like your lawyer, is going to be showing up at the neighborhood party and talking about it. But then my mom said, I'm being an ungrateful brat, and I just really feel like I'm not. However, she's paying, and I should be more grateful for that. You got to at least discuss it with your therapist. Can I pay? Is there a sliding scale? This is what's going on. My mother is destroying my therapy. And then you deal with you. You fix you. You're not responsible for fixing your mom. You're just not. What are you, 20? You're responsible for getting your shit together. I'm assuming you were probably, just from the way you described it, probably molested by her ex. You get your head on straight, however long that takes. And once you're feeling right, then you can try and help your mom out. But that's not your job. Your job is to get you right first. And then you can, if you want, help her out. And you can even suggest that she get therapy because I think she definitely needs it. That's my opinion on that. You are not the asshole at all. You've been through a lot and your mom's not helping the situation. Not one bit. Come on. Let's be nice. All right, everyone. I've had a great time. Yeah, but and here's the other thing. Never, ever, ever do another telehealth appointment with at your house because your mom's going to friggin' listen. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, folks, listen, I had a great time. I hope you did too. Thank you for tuning in. I'm loving this. This is very fun for me. So I just like it. So, and eventually maybe when it grows a little bit more, maybe we'll bring it back a little, in terms of the time. But Pacific time, it's not bad, 10 to 11. East Coast, not so much, because that's the thing. I'm going to be doing this show. I'll be right there with you, East Coasters, next Monday because I'm visiting my mom. She's sick. I'll be doing the show Monday night. I don't think I'm doing Tuesday because I have to get up super early to fly out. But next Monday, I'll be doing it. And I'll be doing it at 1 a.m. East Coast time. So 1 a.m. to 2. There we go. So I'm feeling you. I'm in there with you. We're all together. Ever eaten? All right, folks. I love you. Polish, I'll make you a moderator again. I'll get you in there. Ever Eden, thank you for tuning in as well. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you, brother. And everybody else who's here. And Polish, I hope your back's feeling better. I know that was bugging you. Mr. Maga, thank you for tuning in. Brian, thank you for tuning in. And a low light recovery. Thank you as well for tuning in again, brother. Appreciate you. And yeah, I think that's everybody in the chat. God bless you. Have a great evening. And I will be back. I don't know. I might not be back tomorrow. I'll probably do it. I'd like to do 5 days a week, but I am going to be watching the Mexico World Cup game. I might drink. I'm going to drink. That could be a better show. So there you go. All right. God bless you. 2 p.m. there on Tuesday here. Well, that's not too bad. All right, folks. I love you. God bless you. I will be back tomorrow. Maybe drunk. So tune in just for that. And hopefully Mexico wins. And yeah, that's it. Have a great evening. God bless. And remember, if you have a problem, I've got an answer. What happened there? Wait a minute. What happened? Hold on. What's going on? Something weird happened. Okay. That was weird. I was logging off, but then the screen went. I don't know. All right, folks, let's try this one more time. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, if you've got a problem, I've got an answer. I'm Jeff, the unlicensed therapist. Okay, I think it's working better now. All right, everyone, have a great night. Bye.